Okay, let's talk about ER and IR verb conjugation. Your learning target is I will use ER and IR verb conjugations correctly. So, reminder, here is our common verb chart in Spanish. It's something you definitely want to understand very well and have it memorized because all verbs in Spanish are organized this way. All of those conjugations or changes of the verb will fit in this organized pattern. So here we have that verb chart with the English translations out to the side if needed. And just a reminder, here's the verb ser, right? We have those conjugations for the verb to be. In English, they'd be am, are, is. In Spanish, we have all these conjugations, right? Soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. So these are conjugations of the verb ser. Now we're going to look at conjugations for all verbs ending in ER and IR. Now, ser is an ER verb, right? But it's an irregular verb, so it doesn't fit into this normal pattern that we're going to look at. So this is for all regular verbs. Here we have our ER and IR verb conjugation chart. So these are the endings you're going to use for all ER and IR verbs that follow that regular pattern. So let's go over this. First of all, we have O, es, a, amos or emos, is or es, and in. Okay, now what you should notice, first of all, is kind of color coordinated here. Everything's purple because ER and IR verbs are going to share those same endings. Okay, the only ones that they differ on are the ones noted here. Nosotros and vosotros. They do that spelling change. So emos would go with the IR verbs and amos would go with the ER verbs. Is goes with IR, es goes with ER. Okay, let's look at how this is applied to some verbs. So we have an ER verb here, vender. So we take off that ER and we add those endings that we just looked at. O, es, a, hemos, es, en. So this would actually say vendo, vendes, vende, vendemos, vendes, venden. Okay, and just a reminder, we have our infinitive form here, right? Vender, to sell. So once we conjugate that verb, so vendo means I sell. Vendes, you sell. Vende, he or she sells. Vendemos, we sell. Vendes, you guys sell. Venden, they sell. Or you guys, formal, sell. Okay, let's look at this verb here. We have another verb, comer. Very common verb, right? A very important verb to know in Spanish. Comer means to eat. This ends in ER. So let's look at those endings here. Go ahead and repeat after me. Como, comes, come, comemos, comes, comen. This is really important because in your speaking project for project 2, you need to describe someone eating. You're going to use these conjugations here. If you say she eats, ella come. That's how you say she eats. Ella come. Again, we're pronouncing each vowel in Spanish, right? Come. Ella come. IR verb endings. So we have compartir, to share, to share. So let's look at our endings. Go ahead and repeat after me. Comparto, compartes, comparte, compartimos, compartís, comparten. Okay, so again, just like we looked at in that first chart, they share all these same endings except for those two differ in spelling. Okay, so something important to remember here. If you see comparten, that doesn't just mean share. There's a person associated with comparten. There's a subject pronoun. Which one is it? Ellos, right? Or ustedes. So if you saw comparten, it would be, if you were asked, what does that mean? It means they share. Ellos comparten. Or you guys share. Ustedes comparten. Right? If you saw compartimos, it doesn't just mean share. It means we share. Same thing over here, like comparto means I share. It doesn't just mean share. Okay, here's another IR verb, very important that you need to know. Escribir, that's one that's used a lot, right? Escribir, to write. So go ahead and repeat after me. Escribo, escribes, escribe, escribimos, escribís, escriben. So just a reminder, let's go back to our first verb chart here. This is something you want to memorize. This is ER and IR verb conjugation. O, es, hemos, imos, is, en. And just a reminder, a little hint in case you don't have it memorized, this is very similar to AR verb conjugation. The only difference is it's an A, the letter A in English instead of the E or the I. So very similar. Okay, please complete the questions for this activity.